So, like I told you once before, if you can find medical evidence of a true hermaphrodite, where did the gene come from if we're all male and female? The angels who sinned with Satan and Eden, right? They did envy him the other trees of the garden. Right? Now, it's not until chapter 6 they're acting on it. You get that, right? Mm-hmm. Though Daniel calls them the Watchers as well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. But you can't handle this truth, can you, Satans? You can't handle the fact that Satan himself might be your biological father. All right. Ain't that the real problem? Sons of Satan. All right. And sons of Jesus and Adam. All right. Because see, guess what? Mm-hmm. Three. We're in the garden together. One is the tree of life, one is Adam and Eve themselves, and then one's Satan. Mm-hmm. Why does the Bible always deal with three anyway? I don't know why. You know why. That's how we became as one of them to know good and evil anyway. And one of us, the man has become as one of us, not you and the female, but one of us to know good and evil, right? That's the part you feel mentally to not see that that's Satan himself, right? And who can stop you from sealing it but you? But you. And why do you seal it? Your forefathers sealed it all the way back to the time of Daniel, right? And you quit using Hashem and replace it with Adonai, which just means my Lord, right? But he's not just my Lord either. Though Yahuwah said to Adonai, sit thou on my right hand till I make thine enemies thy footstool, right? Well, we're all his enemies if we're lying with Satan. Even if we know of him, right? He will say unto you who think you know him, depart from me, ye workers of iniquity, I never knew you. But this don't scare the sons of Satan for some reason. And I don't know why. Just like it don't scare Satan, it don't scare them to violate God's law. Either. But the thing is, the law alone can't save you, right? Because it's just a bunch of rules you can misapply, right? To the wrong person as well. Or the right person even, right? And that still don't guarantee anything, right? As well. So what now? Are we at an impasse? Because you're making it about popularity, not truth, right? If the truth was popular, again, Constantine couldn't have had a problem with the Gnostics and try to burn all their books by force, right? Now, there's two ways to burn books, too. You take your book and you burn it yourself, like shown in that, right? If you burn your own shit, who the hell cares, right? But when you want to burn someone else's books, that's still their right to believe in whatever God they want to believe in, according to American law as well. Right. Ooh, hot Asian girl. Sorry. I can show her for a second. Right. Now, the thing is, the same God that lets the Romans have their orgy in Rome is letting the Jews marry one woman in Israel. Yet you say it's not the same God. Yet how can it be a different God? Right. But the one that allows you both to live. Though if you were sinning and it's really a sin, why do you have to stone somebody for it? Right? When you catch them in the act? Who's telling you that but Moses? Even if a man's picking up sticks on the Sabbath day, You go to God and you stone him anyway? No. Where's the mercy in that? No. There ain't none. There ain't none. But Jesus said, I desire mercy and not sacrifice. Not sacrificial murder of human beings. So who's making you this murderous liar you're acting like you are? You. From the one who we became as to know good and evil with him since Eden. And he was in Eden, the garden of God. And there's only one Eden from the beginning to the end, right? But what made Eden Eden is the tree in the middle of the garden, not the tree we sinned with. But you do say to the serpent, when you accept his knowledge over the knowledge of God, you are greater than God. Right? You make him wiser than God. That's what the Gnostics are telling you. You make the serpent wiser, and the tree of life, the idiot, who told you not to do it or you would die in that day. But you gotta be a smart butt and tell her not to touch the tree in the middle of the garden, right? But what she's doing, okay, right, with the tree she's interested in, right, is not technically in the middle of the garden either. Or you're not hearing what's being said in the passages, right? Are you? That means you can't hear what's really being said, right? You want to ignore it like it's not already part of the lie when it is. And it is. See, the story you're telling has to come from a source. But who's that source? The first human being, Adam, along with his wife Eve, right? Well, if they're the source, they're the ones who made the mistake. But if they confess their mistake, they can also be forgiven of that mistake, right? Unless they did not fully confess what all happened, right? But in the story, you can read how when it was Adam's turn, that's when they both became ashamed, right? Through his contact with the one of us, we became as to know good and evil, who you also call Lucifer, Hazel, Satan, Satan even, the devil, the demon, the shade. From Shad and Shadim, as well. Now, I'm not trying to make you religious. You already are religious. And that's the Sheena or any of my exes. Problem is, though, you think because I'm one of the two witnesses, Sheena, that I'm supposed to be able to read your mind when I'm looking for a wife at the time, who, whether she has sex with me or not, we would get married, right? Premaritally or not, right? See, I'm seeing what's going on around me. Most people are promiscuous in my mind, right? So I'm trying not to judge you, but had to tell you about the dream because it could be tied into the two witnesses, right? Well, that's all I did. And I didn't say I didn't want to marry you. I was offered to marry you in Jerusalem in case our ships went there. It didn't mean they had to. It didn't mean they didn't. Didn't mean we couldn't make alternative plans afterwards, right? Even. It was just a hope, I know, I had, that maybe we could get married in Jerusalem. Or did someone else write you evil things in my name, right? When I'm writing you only good things. And I thought sending your girlfriend to Bible studies shouldn't be that hard of a thing for her to understand if she's religious, right? But also not condemning her for being confused about something I'm trying to figure out myself, right? What did the dream really mean? Does it really have to do with the two witnesses? It could, right? More than likely it does, right? Especially if no other male, right, is saying they had the dream. Right? And I don't know either. I don't know either. Right? So what now? You move on. You move on. I don't know what the woman wanted from me. Right? I don't know if she wanted to marry me or if I made her too religious for me or that, she thought that she's condemned for being with me and condemning herself and me, right? But